You know, you have been through so much over the last couple of years, my gorgeous Aquarius. You've been through so much. But now, as we speak, you know, or within the last few weeks especially, oh my God, so much was going on, so much was happening. The bottom line is that you have realized how much you want to change your life. You have already made the necessary steps. So now you just need to wait, like literally, and see how are all these things going to unfold. The bottom line is you have already made the necessary steps. You've already made a really important decision not that long ago that you have found extremely hard. So I don't know if this decision was like kind of really heavy because you have found it so hard what you need to do, the step that you need to make, or because this is going to require from you to change a great deal of things in your lives. This decision, it's like, oh my God, it's about a lot of things that you need to change after this moment in time, completely being aware of, but you were just left with absolutely no option but to change your life because you became aware of the specific people or a specific person in your life who is just more simply not who they claim that they are, and have not been from the beginning, from the start, who they were saying that they are. So my gorgeous Aquamarini, now things are happening finally for you, and I'm so happy. This reading is in between the 30th of November and the 6th of December 2022. Can I just tell you, I know, oh my God, that I'm being all deep and weird again, but can I just tell you that now the most important thing is that, you know, the worst is gone, literally. Emotionally, you're gonna have to go through a few different things for the next 2 or 3 months, but you're going to be absolutely fine. Please trust me, because every single step of the way, you're gonna become more stronger, you're gonna become more stronger and more stronger, and this feeling and vibration is gonna keep on keep on making you aware, keep on awareing you, keep on making you aware. I'm keep on making my own words up, you know. This energy is keep on like kind of it's gonna keep on making you aware every single step of the way that you are doing the right thing and especially at the time when you're just like kind of so worried and kind of emotional. What is happening in your life, my gorgeous Aquamarini, right now, it's like now this week, you know, I've been talking about it for such a long time, I've been mentioning this for such a long time, you know, the difficult things that you've been through over the last couple of years I'm talking about. But this is the first time that I can tell you for certain, my gorgeous Aquamarini, that you are going to make probably one of the biggest steps, and you are going to be able to feel the vibration and energy you haven't felt in a long time, and that is going to kind of make you and help you to tap into something completely different, something brand new. And this brand new different energy, it's from the beginning of this week, it's gonna keep on inspiring you, and it's gonna keep on giving you this life in order for you to attach yourself to it as much as you can at this particular stage and go with this flow. When I say to go with this flow, I mean that throughout this week you are gonna have all sorts of inspiration, but these inspirations that you are going to have, it's really to do with you, it's to do with your personal life, and it's to do with you tapping into this energy in such a sense where now this week strictly you have to put yourself as a number one, and you need to think how your quality of life is going to change in the best possible way, where you give so much energy to yourself and you nurture your spirit and nurture your soul. So throughout this week, instead of thinking about finances and money and things like that, throughout this week you have to look at through the different lens. You have to look at things through the lens of you, like whatever single thing comes to you, any type of inspiration, idea, realization, look at it through the lens of you, like really getting the most of it in terms of happiness, in terms of an emotional happiness, in terms of the actual contentment. Would this be the best possible way for you to do at this stage in your life? You know, is it going to bring you enough? You know, just think about your emotions and think how you can make your life, like, you know, in the best possible way. You know, this is exactly what you need to do. You have to put yourself as a number one. It is very important indeed, my gorgeous Aquamarini. And also at the beginning of this week, like, oh my God, this is also really significant, because someone very important to you whom you have fallen out, like this is the family member, an important family member, somebody much older, somebody extremely wise, somebody very powerful. The things are not still okay in between you two, and this person is becoming really vulnerable in so many different ways. It's due to their age, and there are other people that are sucking out this person's energy, and you do know this. This person is at a vulnerable stage of their life due to their age. I'm talking about someone in your life, like your family member or a friend who has been around for a long time, who you have fallen out with, you know, and the things have left, have kind of left, have been left like unresolved in between you two for such a long time. And I was keep on telling you just to keep it down, keep it cool, keep it cool. Try to not to take personal what this older person in your life is telling you. Try to not to take this personal, because you know, they are very vulnerable and they're not thinking for themselves, and you were trying to kind of like go around it for as much as you can, but sometimes it's really hard. If they're really rude to you, if they're really horrible to you, and they do something ridiculously stupid, I know it's really hard, but you have to be very smart and you have to be very clever. That's the only way to help to that person in your life, like maybe a father, maybe like an older brother, maybe an older friend, you know, it really depends. But this is someone really powerful we are talking about, and someone extremely quirky in so many different ways, and someone who people can't understand so well, so much. People think that that person is crazy or weird or strange, but in fact that person is the one who is actually really smart one. So this is someone really prominent in your life. Do you get me? And for way too long, the situation in between you two has been too cliquey. No, baby, no. You need to fix this. You must fix this, because the reason why the situation was a little bit cliquey in between you and that man, that prominent person in your life, like a father or someone, the reason why the things were cliquey was also quite a lot because of the devil. There was a nasty little devil in your life, and this is what I'm talking about. I'm sorry, my gorgeous Aquamarini, but the beginning of this reading that I started with, it was this you becoming aware of some kind of a devil that was in your life for such a long time, and this devil was around you for a while, for maybe a few years, you know. This devil was around you for a while, and he was sucking the life out of you. He was lying to you. He was double dealing. He was a completely, this person was completely like kind of dishonest, you know, he or she. This person was completely kind of dishonest, you know, and it was also like kind of like a doing things like behind your back, like, oh my God, but you became aware of this devil already. You became aware of this devil already. So it was like either your partner or someone who was in your life very close to you, okay? You've already dealt with this person, so it doesn't really matter. So that's why the things are happening right now. That's why you're coming out of all this. But what I was going to say, that particular devil in your life had an impact on you in such a way where that other person in your life, like your father or someone very kind of vulnerable that I've mentioned, okay? And this is going when it's going to get really confusing now, I know. So it's to do with like basically that devilish person in your life who now you kind of like moving away from. Hallelujah. You see, that devilish person in your life actually has caused something really bad in between you and that vulnerable person in your life as well. This other person was creating this toxic energy and making everything worse anyway. You see, at the end of the day, you're going to really kind of turn naturally towards like your family member, opposed to someone who you just knew for maybe 2 or 3 years, or someone who you just knew, you know, for the last few years, for example. So thank God that things worked out to be kind of managed to be in this particular way. So this is really good. But the bottom line is, my gorgeous Aquamarini, that particular person has been playing that devilish person in your life was playing a massive role in between you and not really getting on with someone who you really should be getting on with. So this was all contributing towards you falling out with that person, and this was just left unresolved for too long. So now I'm so glad also that this person is really going to surprise you this week. It's going to surprise you. This person, this vulnerable person in your life, it's going to come through forward, and maybe you're going to think at this stage in your life that they're losing themselves a little bit or something. No, baby, no. They're as sharp they can be. They're going to come up with something this week and they will surprise you. They're going to present you with a very, very interesting opportunity. Very, very interesting opportunity, and that opportunity is going to seem like completely out of this world, but as soon as you're presented with this opportunity, at that moment in time, your passion is going to tell you something. You're going to learn something about yourself, and what you're going to learn about yourself, it's going to become the moment of like one of the greatest like waking up moments of your life. It's going to give you some kind of a sense of urgency in the best possible way, because also at that moment in time you're going to fully understand that the specific part of your spiritual life, the specific part of your journey came to an end. Wherever there is an end, there is a new beginning, and this is something that is going to make you feel really, really excited. And for the first time, like after absolute ages, you're going to be able to feel this motivation and this pick me up energy that is slowly but surely going to start changing absolutely everything in the best possible way. And at the beginning of this week, my gorgeous Aquamarini, it's all about you kind of like now getting to this wonderful stage of your life, a good stage of your life, an amazing stage of your life. You will just want to go moving on, and moving on, my baby, moving on and moving on and moving on. You're going to find yourself on the spiritual quest, and it's not only that, you're just going to, you will want to do this like as quick as you possibly can. And this in itself, it's really kind of like you moving on and you like really wanting more out of life. You will know exactly what you don't want in your life anymore, and you will know exactly what you do want in your life. When I say that you're going to be moving on with your life, you're going to feel so strong and you're going to feel so adamant, and you will also know that this is you moving on with your life. You know, this is going to really, you are being like an extremely psychic actually here as well, extremely intuitive, because you are going to be avoiding a really horrible tower situation as well. What? Because you're moving on. If you weren't kind of moving on with your life, or if you didn't make a decision, such a strong, powerful decision to move on, you know, you would only like kind of be waiting for a tower, and then the tower situation would blow you away, and then you would be left with no option to move on. But now like this, at least you're doing it on your own accord. Do you know what I mean? At least you're doing it on your own accord, in your own pace, at a time when it feels right for you, not for somebody else. So this, my gorgeous Aquamarini, it's going to be really, really great. And also, basically, you know, what I there is like someone kind of like really interesting in your life. Again, another person in your life, somebody like very psychic, somebody who you think is extremely psychic in your life. They will kind of say something, but you're gonna hear them, you're gonna hear to that person, and then you're gonna realize through what they actually said that you're gonna be able to match this to your own situation. So it's that person is not gonna be talking about you, or that person is not gonna be talking to you, but you will hear that person saying something, and what you're gonna hear that person say, it's really gonna work so perfectly with your situation. You will know that you have to accept something in your life. You have to accept the fact that you must like really transform your life as much as you can. This is all what is going to boil down to, and leads towards you understanding that you have to completely transform your life. You will want to completely change your life, and this in itself, it's even more so going to kind of like what you're gonna hear. It's not only about you wanting to change your life and deciding to change your life, but what you're gonna hear, it's going to like give you a really idea, which is going to really lead and become like a whole new perspective. And this new perspective that you are going to have, it's just going to really gonna make you feel extremely determined to do something, to start something, to start some kind of a goal, something that you wanted to do in a long time, to start something very, very specific. You will know that now it's time. And even more so, whatever you start here, whatever you put your mind towards, just follow your determination, follow what is going to make your spirit rise. Whatever you start here, it's going to take exactly 10 to 11 months in order to actually manifest. Listen to me very carefully. You're still going to be like, oh, I'm not too sure, but then again, by the time you get to the mid part of this week, my gorgeous aquamarine, it's like, oh my god, like, this is really going to surprise you. This is really going to surprise you, like some kind of a very, very difficult and heavy problem. It's going to come to an end, and this heavy problem that it's going to come to something very kind of negative, but it's gonna happen completely out of the blue. And when you become aware of which problem came to an end, it's all about conclusion, because that problem that you were waiting for to come to an end was really preventing you to plan. It was preventing you to plan in your life. It was preventing you to be excited about your future. It was preventing you to plan for your future. It was preventing you to be yourself, let alone how many different aspects of your life this was actually affecting you. So you're going to feel like you want to have, like, as soon as you become aware of this, like it's to do with a conclusion, like, hallelujah. You're gonna feel like you want to have a party. You're going to feel like you want to like kind of celebrate, because it's all about this inspiration that you're going to have at that moment in time. This is all going to lead towards you getting back to that beginning of the week when I said that you are going to be able to turn to basically turn certain goal, to manifest certain goal, to turn certain goal into the actual reality, to turn certain goal into the actual reality. You will know exactly what this is, and because you're going to become so excited about it, you're going to become so happy about it, you're going to become so confident about it. You're also going to, at that moment in time, you will know that now you have got absolutely everything you need in order to take this on. So the midweek is gonna start with completely you unexpectedly becoming aware of this, like a very bad situation coming to an end, something that was really kind of draining your energy, especially over the last 3 or 4 months, but it was really affecting you in such a way where you just couldn't kind of really even plan for your future anymore. It just sucked up the life out of you, because everything that you've been through. So it affected you big way. So now you will be able to carry on with planning for the future, but you are going to feel extremely excited because something very specific is going to be on your mind. That goal that I said at the beginning of this week, it's all going to lead towards you wanting to transform a certain goal into the actual reality. Something very, very specific, very, very, very specific is going to be on your mind, and you're going to become so confident about this, so confident about your power. And as I said, even more so, you will know exactly that now it's time. Now you should just go for my gorgeous Aquamarini. And I haven't seen you being so happy in absolute ages. You are going to be so happy because the amount of negative energy, it's about to disappear. Thank God for that. But at the same time, this excitedness, you're going to feel so excited about yourself, so excited about your life, so excited about the decision that you made, like that was worrying you so much like a few weeks ago. You're going to feel so excited because you will know, you will be fully aware of the fact that if you didn't make that decision that was scaring you so much within the last few weeks, you would never reach this pure, gorgeous, amazing, wonderful, super re-energized part of your life. You're going to remind yourself to be yourself here. You're going to remind yourself how your life used to be, and you're going to kind of become aware of this energy that hasn't been in your life in such a long time. I'm not saying that you were depressed, I'm not saying that you were miserable, but you will see exactly what I mean. Something was closed, something was locked within you, and it was only due to maybe having the wrong people in your life for a while that was affecting you mentally, emotionally, and it became draining point of your life. And this is all kind of I'm sorry, darling. This kind of disappeared now. This is all disappearing now. So it's all about you feeling so excited. There's going to be so many ideas that you're going to have, but it's all about you feeling so happy, so enthusiastic about your future. There's so many ideas that are going to be on your mind. Just write them down. Do not forget them, because they're coming from somewhere special, especially when it comes to this week. Indeed, by the time you get to the last part of this week, my gorgeous Aquamarini, it's like basically, by the time you get to the last part of this week, it's all about this kind of like a vision that you are going to have. This vision that you are going to have at around the last part of this week. It's going to happen at the time when you're around the nature, or you're looking at the nature, or you're in the forest, or you're by the sea, or you're by the water, or you're by the water is really spiritual, or you're by the river, you're by the lake. There is some kind of very strong connection with the nature going to be at around the end of the week. So you could be just looking at the tree, or you could be within the forest. It's very difficult to tell. Or maybe you're going to be like somewhere like within the forest and just touching the ground with your gorgeous hands, like kind of grounding yourself. But at that moment in time, when you have this connection with the nature, somehow there is some kind of vision that you're going to have. And this doesn't surprise me, because you're extremely spiritual. So you just like having like a connection with the nature is normal. It's natural for every single one of us, because it triggers certain spiritual point that opens us up and just makes things happen really quickly in terms of us getting a mental picture and clarity of how we want our life to be. It's very difficult to explain, but it's a rather complex situation. I could talk about it 3 hours, and I'm sure you don't want that. But yeah, basically, so at the end of the week, you are somehow through the nature, you are kind of going to have this vision, and something is going to come to you, and that vision, it's not only about the vision, this vision is going to provide you with the missing bits and pieces, that you kind of didn't have so far. Now you're going to become aware of the certain bits and pieces, missing bits and pieces, but especially in terms of the actual planning. This vision is more about you knowing how you're going to come up with the plan. You're going to be coming up with a certain plan, and you're going to know how to do this. And as soon as you become aware of this, you're going to feel so brave when it comes to making a bold move, a bold choice. And this in itself is going to require from you to turn on the other side just a little bit, and pay attention to the new project as well coming up. You must not miss this new project. It's going to seem something like really small, but it's going to turn out to be absolutely huge, the little new project here. And when I say this new project, this is more to do with you working on yourself, but also understanding that it's to do with some kind of adventure which is about to start as well. This is going to be really wise to do because you're going to nurturing yourself, but at the same time this is in itself a really, really wise choice, because that venture, what I'm talking about, I know it sounds crazy, but that venture, what I'm talking about, it's about to bring a very, very special people into your life. Very, very special people whom you are going to be collaborating with, but also learning from quite a lot as well along the way. There are some very, very special people that are going to enter your life as soon as you become aware of the venture that I'm talking about. And this in itself is going to bring such a wonderful readjustment. It's going to really kind of help you even more to enter the stage and the period in your life where you are gonna be returning to your life. You are gonna be returning to your own group of people, you know, spiritual group of people, or people who completely understand you. You're gonna realize that for way too long you were spending your time like in the dimensions and within the people that are not good for you. They were like kind of dirty in so many different ways energetically. I'm sorry, I know it sounds weird. So now this is important. This venture, it's more to do with you, it's to do with your life, it's to do with you taking yourself on as a project and making the most of it. But on another hand, it's just bringing really special people into your life who you should be around with. You know, when we surround ourselves with people that we should be surrounded with, that makes us feel good about ourselves, that are positive, that are optimistic, that are very light in energy, you know, then this is super for us, like superb. You know, this is great for us because it elevates us. But when we are surrounded by the darkness, sadness, and the people who are sucking our energy and people who are completely dishonest, you know, it's like the worst thing that what we can do. We can only go like that far, you know what I mean, until we reach the breaking point and reach the toxicity and negativity that these people bring into our lives. They make it difficult for us to move on when we spend too much like time with the people like this. So this is like, oh my God, this is gonna be really deep, my gorgeous Aquamarini, but it's at the same time gonna bring the whole new lot of people into your life. You know, this is absolutely brilliant, and I'm so happy for it, for you. So now, my gorgeous Aquamarini, I'm just going to shuffle these oracle cards, and I'm going to see what is going to be oracle card of the week. Wow, I don't even know how long this reading was. I just go off, I know. So now, my gorgeous Aquamarini, I'm just going to see oracle card of the week, oracle card of the week, oracle card of the week. It's like, there you go. Your oracle card of the week is, no, I'm joking, harmony. You see, you are getting, it's all about this energy back into your life, you know, and there are gonna be 2 or 3 instances this week where you are gonna be still questioning yourself, did you do the right thing? I repeat to you that not that long ago you made one of the biggest decisions of your life, and you know this. You will know what am I talking about. So naturally it's just gonna need to be a little bit of time to pass, and then you're gonna get all sorts of confirmations, but you know already that you would not go back to the life before like that, and you will know exactly what I mean. So this in itself is just basically really gonna have 2 or 3 times this week. It's gonna happen where you're gonna question yourself, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. You know, when you find yourself just a little bit weak or sensitive, then we are just so much kind of drawn to something that makes us feel negative and scared about ourselves. That energy tend to like kind of give us a comfort in a certain way, but this is all part of the actual healing process. So just remember, you are gonna have 2 or 3 points like this week where you're gonna think, oh, did I do the right thing? But you know, just stay strong, because I know that the devil is gonna try to come forward and try to find the weakest spot 2 or 3 times. So be very kind of strong and adamant, and you know, stick to your plan, and that's the best way to avoid snakes in your life. On another hand, this week is bringing such a beautiful energy into your life, and this energy is from the beginning of the week going to be different, and it's just a kind of there to remind you on what you have been missing for so long. And at the same time, you see this guardian angel. There is going to be such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful sign you're going to have from your guardian angel. My God, or you're like a spirit guide, or a passing by spirit, or a spirit that's been taking care of you in such a way where you just get like a little unusual messages throughout the way, throughout our life. But there is a very, very interesting message that you're going to have, my gorgeous Aquamarini. And this interesting message that you're going to have, it's gonna be from someone, this guardian angel and the spirit guide and the spirit. It's someone actually that used to be in your life. Okay, someone that used to be in your life that died and passed away. That particular person is still watching you. That particular person is still taking care of you. That particular person is still there, and that particular person is considered as your guardian angel, your spirit guide, your spirit. This person that used to be in your life, you know who this is about to bring you a sign, and you will know. This is going to happen at a time when you may feel like this week a little bit sad, a little bit down. You're still going to be going through, oh, did I do the right thing? Maybe crying a little bit, did I do the right thing? And then you're going to have a sign. And then you will know that you absolutely did the right thing whatsoever. And what is this card that came? Ancestors. The third one that came, it's ancestors. You see what I mean? That's what I just said. That the spirit, your guardian angel, is one of the people that died, that passed away. And this person is actually going to, you will know that you're doing the right thing. And you will know that it's time to be strong. Because this is going to bring so much abundance into your life that you didn't have so far, because you had to deal with this blockage. Indeed. Okay, my gorgeous Aquamarini, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. I love you. Bye.